Hello, it is Monday, October 7th, and that means two things. Um, you're probably having a great time on the live stream right now, but it's also time for the lighting industry news brief brought to you by Keystone Technologies and their high bays. And you know what? They are so versatile. We have linear fixtures, we have round fixtures, but they share so many of the same fixtures. We have tremendous, great lensing on both, but color select, power select, height select, just pick it. Pick what you need, make it happen. It's under Keystone Tech's umbrella, and you can get those from the link in the description. The news is a little more detailed because we're talking about how two PE firms have bought American Fluorescent. They go by AFX most of the time, but Merit Capital and Fulton Capital have spent some amount of money, they're not going to say how much, on getting them under their umbrella. Ports are open on the East Coast. Workers have agreed to extend their current contract pending negotiation, but they'll be working through the negotiation period, which is to say that all East Coast ports are up and running. We have a new MOU between the NAED, NECA, NEMA, and MERA on a number of topics, including lobbying, workforce development, grid efficiency, and data. Luceco has bought CMD. This is a UK firm buying an Italian company for £3 million sterling. We have what happens per se as Saylight shuts down. Vantage and SLG will keep running. All brands otherwise are done. They ended on the 29th of September. The U.S. Department of Homeland Security is offering $210 million in grants to a number of nonprofits and faith groups. Those will be being paid for through FEMA. The U.S. Department of Agriculture are planning on new investments for rural municipalities. This is not just for energy, this is for infrastructure. And this has been going on for a while. The U.S. Green Building Council, the New Building Institute, and the Carbon Leadership Forum are calling on the United States federal government to fund what they do, which is to say, pay for more commercial buildings, even as we have just learned that a lot of commercial buildings exist only for people to commute to answer emails. We have a new ban, yet another new ban on Chinese goods. This is specifically related to a Department of Homeland Security program to target steel from Xinjiang. This is based on human rights violations because the Uyghur Muslim population of the region is maybe not getting a fair shake. Probably not getting a fair shake. Probably not getting a shake, actually. Anyway, we'll see how that works into the lighting industry as we go. Calco has signed a new influencer deal with Chris Grubb. He'll be speaking to their decorative lighting options. Signify has signed a new deal with Rahul David, also an influencer deal, but Rahul David played cricket, and he'll be talking about Signify products in Southeast Asia. Q3 at Acuity shows that sales were up 11 million compared to the same quarter of the previous year, and that's really encouraging. Get a grip on lighting. Talk to Spencer Miles about CEOs and an open invitation to be more aggressive. Let's call it that way. Clear Blue has secured venture capital funds with $2.2 million in financing going on. Border States has added a new location in Eau Claire, Wisconsin. Lighting Europe has launched a new compendium, which is a guide to green deals and legislation. Survey says that in the United States, schools need more daylight. This is based on a study from EdWeek Research. This is based on teacher complaints. It explains the harms. It explains how they can fix it. SLL, the Society of Light and Lighting, has named their Young Lighter finalists. We have 4 up-and-coming professionals named. The winner proper will be announced on the 22nd of October. Graybar has been named to the list of America's most loved workplaces based on a survey from the Best Practices Institute. Outdoor Living Supply has bought Garden Supply Hardscapes. This is based on backing from the PE firm Triatlantic, but there you go. These guys sell light fixtures, among other things. Vitafluor has partnered with Horselight. So new horse-centric lighting for your barn, if you have a horse barn or services or horse barn. I don't know what to say. In rep agency updates, ESA will be repping for Priority Wire and Cable in DC, Maryland, and Virginia. SMR Gulf Coast will be repping for Halco and the Gulf Coast. Legal news-wise, Rexel has sued Signify. Their goal is to force the jury verdict in Rexel v. Signify into a non-jury jury arbitration, which means that they will not have to pay all $90 of the $1 million the jury said. Elko has sued Nora. This is a lighting module patent in question, going before the district in California. And Jam Lighting has been sued over their 401k plan. Their president is under accusations of breaching the Employee Retirement Income Security Act. In events and webinars, registration is open for the Canada Light Expo. This is going to happen in November 13th to 15th in Mississauga, Ontario. We have a webinar from the CIE and their research strategy going forward for a 5-year plan. That'll happen on the 10th on Zoom. We have Under One Sky, the DSI, Dark Sky Internationals event annually. That's open for registration if you can make it. That will run on November 8th and 9th. And the IES is hosting a webinar on the 25th on measuring light or vision, health, and things that aren't those two things. The subset of things that are not vision and health, they will talk about. In IoT news, global recognition is coming for Talq, TALQ. Their smart city protocol is going to become the standard. Wesco is spending $500 million on digital business initiatives. This is part of their 3-year plan on IoT, e-commerce, and AI. Anthony Stofflet is doing it right the first time on the Lighting Controls podcast. IoTech partners with Netmore on a new platform for LoRaWAN for smart cities. We have this one lamp that you can buy on Amazon, has 16 million color options, and the ad copy insists that you'll be more productive once you can pick one. And Juicebox, a EV charger company, is leaving the US, which means that their IoT-enabled car chargers will lose a bunch of functionality. So you can't schedule anything, you can't access it remotely, but there we go. In R&D news, blue light might be an anti-inflammatory. This is a new proposed clinical trial if you already have broken ribs. And we have a Oregon research team accidentally discovering that you can create subdermal implants that glow under UV light, and that's probably handy for a bunch of biomedical applications. On the dark side of things, we have found that bright light in the afternoon and evening suppresses melatonin in human teens. Also, circadian disruption has been linked with lung inflammation in mice. Also, in mice, circadian disruption has been linked with the worst symptoms of Parkinson's disease. We have a recap of what we know about insect-friendly lighting. Nevada is planning a new independent Starry Skies certification program, and Chulalongkorn University in Thailand has built a new turtle-safe fixture. Michael Evanson was on Restoring Darkness to talk about LED headlights. The Al Eula Manara and Al Garamil reserves are set to become the first dark sky park in Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia. The LDS temple has been defeated in Las Vegas, Nevada, which has prompted a review of lighting policy overall in the town and county. Connecticut middle schools have begun work on developing a darkness curriculum. We have a group of astronomers working to open a stargazing site in Nova Scotia. We have a new harbor in Kota. Not a new harbor. The harbor in Kota, Finland, will be able to dim their lighting when no one's there. This is a new lighting system, and that's pretty cool. We are also making the case for plain language in darkness. In horticultural news, New Jersey is funding efficiency in cannabis farms. We have a study showing that legal cannabis in the UK would generate 10 billion pounds sterling in revenue for the nation, and Wangeningen has opened or expanded their algae farm. Fuck. Why is this recording going so long? Why am I so bad at this? And recommended reading. This is at nailed.org. We can talk about relamping your rental in a way that won't break your lease. We have a sunrise alarm clock that doesn't work, but the reviewer likes it anyway. We have designers dealing with dupes. We have how to maintain the lifespan of your lava lamp. We have the risks and benefits of skylights. We have a better way to pick your control systems. What really distinguishes the IoT from the IIoT? What the acquisition trend means to business sustainability. We have regional rep shows and what that means as they go forward. We have the capacity to reuse fixtures in smart hospitals. We have the rise of selectability, not just in color, but in power. We have case studies of a pedestrian bridge, high bays and libraries, and an actual cave. A cave effect lighting in an actual cave. In local news, we have a new building code for Philadelphia. We have new incentives for tubes in BC. Dartmouth College is going to spend $500 million on new and renovated housing. We have new incentives in rural Georgia. We have $5 million in grants for the Choctaw Nation in Oklahoma. October 2nd was Energy Efficiency Day in Kansas. Carrying on, we have wire thefts in Eugene, Oregon. We have a new lighting budget in Tallahassee, Alabama. We have new lighting at the James Memorial. We have James Dean Memorial. The new lighting at the James Dean Memorial. We have new grants for Tullytown, Pennsylvania. Orange County, Florida is planning on $55 million in street lighting for pedestrian and cyclist safety. We have Las Vegas finally fixing lighting in Rancho Las Palmas. We have Sudbury, Ontario, playing host to 7,000 illuminated pumpkins. We have Louisville, Kentucky's Rotary Club auctioning off name rights to light a whole park. We have new lighting for downtown Union City, Pennsylvania, and purple streetlights have been spotted in the Dallas suburbs. Internationally, the Japanese Lighting Manufacturers Association has celebrated their 24th Lighting Day with art from kids. Shanghai CHZ Lighting Co. has been granted a certification for LM79 from TÜV Rheinland in the EU, and the UK has closed their last coal plant. In People News, Carla Bucket has joined Reed Burkett as their principal in terms of strategy and operations. Trevor Kramer has been picked as the president at Mercer Zimmerman. And in Things You Can Make, we have a way to make a ginger jar accent lamp. We have spectroscopy on the cheap. We have glowing costume props and a tiny cube with 384 LEDs across all 6 sides. And lastly, part 3 of the Arizona rally lame game. Recapping, in Tucson, Arizona, Donald Trump was campaigning for president. He invited people onto his stage. Some of them paid extra for this, but half of the people there, specifically the ones positioned on one side of the stage, began to experience eye pain and discomfort. They are saying things that are perhaps inflammatory, but they suffered discomfort in their eyes. As we stand now, the Tucson city officials, specifically the police department, have said that after a thorough investigation, that basically it's not an HVAC issue, it's not a chemical attack issue, it is not a microwave attack issue. It is the fact that probably the people on one side of the stage were looking at or exposed to defective lighting products, and that's bad. I have been Scott Wachter. I want to thank you for your time. I want to thank you for your attention. I want to thank all our sponsors to this episode. But until next week, and I should say next week plus a day because we're not coming back until the Tuesday. See ya.
I heard a snake hissing in the apple tree outside the courthouse in Old D.C. It's forget tongue tickling the tender necks of our most distinguished justices. Now if Uncle caught that snake around, he would drag the bastard to the ground. But you don't rock nobody politic if you ain't bluffing on a losing bet. Yeah. Under the floor, can't sit yourself down nowhere anymore. And though they may shy away from the light, get too close, they gon' bite. And the venom it work long and slow, and your vision is the first to go. And then your balance, your sense of things, and finally your empathy. What are we doing? always used to say, life is precious, so keep it safe. And the doctor said it's her or the kid. Well, that's God's will for you. No, she did not survive the birth. Left us sinners crying here on earth. But our most righteous friends did get down, 'cause they ran the doctor out of town. What are we doing? Letting these serpents ride. You know they're gonna do it, and no one beats the tide. None other than Jesus Christ. He said, next Christmas when you come down here, fix all this madness and all this fear. Well, I never did hear backward one. Just let the lights burn out and the water run. And I'm writing Uncle's eulogy, wishing that crazy bastard would climb the goddamn tree.